Hello everyone, Wixel here, and after an extended break from making videos, I'm back, and today I'm going to show you how you, yes you, can solo the Rancor with a Zader on Darth Vader, and what team compositions you can use to do this. So before I got my Zader on Vader, I made a spreadsheet to show you how nerdy I am in theory crafting. And in this spreadsheet, I made the mechanics that would apply under different characters, because I wanted to know what the optimal team was to solo the Rancor. And I also wanted to know what kind of contribution different characters could make that are both Sith slash Empire and your more traditional, like under Tebow lead characters like a Qui-Gon Jinn and Rex. So what I learned from this spreadsheet is that Rex is really good, but the problem is that he's got lower base potency. So if you have his potency up, he's probably the best character to have in the game, but I don't use him. Qui-Gon Jinn is also very good, and he's got a higher base potency and a high speed. His call to assists can help depending on who your other teammates are. But what I really want to showcase in this episode is Bistan. He's more rare. I happen to have a 7-star Bistan, and I will show you how even at only gear level 8, he's kind of the rock star for soloing the Rancor, especially under a Zader Vader, although he's not required. So what I learned from this spreadsheet, and from also looking around and seeing how my other guildmates do it with their team compositions, and theory crafting with them, what we found is there's quite a few compositions that do work under Zader Vader. I also have a theory that a Night Sister team with a Zader Asajj Ventress would work just as well, and possibly even better, than a Vader team. And I think there's also a chance that a Zader Captain Phasma with First Order officer and then 3 other non-First Order characters who remove basic or remove turn meter on their basics, such as Rex, Qui-Gon Jinn, Clone Wars Chewbacca, maybe Tusken Raider, that team would theoretically work too from playing around with these numbers. But for now, let's focus on the tried and true Zader team. I would say I highly advise that any person attempting to solo the Rancor under a Zader Vader use the 2 most important supporting characters I would include are Darth Sidious. Zader is not required, but is of course helpful. I don't have him Zadered yet, but he will be soon. So Darth Sidious and TIE Fighter Pilot. They are both extremely fast. Darth Sidious provides extra dots, and TIE Fighter Pilot also provides tenacity down. So their extra speed will enable you to remove more turn meter and hopefully stop the Rancor from going, which is the goal. So those, obviously a Vader, Darth Sidious, and TIE Fighter Pilot are pretty, we'll call them the core members. So that leaves 2 spots open where you can, depending on your roster, fill it in. And those other 2 characters, Darth Sidious and TIE Fighter Pilot, if you have a Zader on Vader, you probably have them already. There's a high chance. So they're easy to farm. So those 2 other spots, Palpatine is a common option, but he's kind of slow. And so I I didn't use him. I took him out of my team. Now, he used to be more useful when there was a bug under the Vader lead where Vader and Palpatine both had a double chance to proc the turn meter removal because they counted as both Sith and Empire, but they removed that. So Palpatine is much less useful now. One disadvantage, other than his slow speed, is he doesn't have any lifesteal, but the advantage is that he can drain life on his one ability, let the force flow or let the hate flow or whatever, and then he can also provide offense up. But all in all, his slow speed is kind of a game breaker for me, a deal breaker. Shore Trooper, if you have him 7-star, I've heard a guildie uses him. He's slow, but he has his unique provides turn meter when teammates use specials, so that could come in handy. And of course, healing to your team and just being a wall is one option. Now, Royal Guard, I think, is a better option for that because he provides speed down on his basic, and even though Vader does a speed down on his special, whenever he does his saber throw, he removes all negative status effects, which includes speed down. So a lot of the skill to doing the Rancor is timing your application of speed down. So Count Dooku is a very good option. He is very fast. I think he's the second fastest character in the game behind TIE Fighter Pilot. And he has a chance to attack twice. And so that means he can remove double turn meter. The disadvantage is that he doesn't have any lifesteal. So he's kind of a glass cannon, and you pray that he doesn't get hit the entire time. So I have him, but he didn't make the final cut out of my team. But he would probably be the next in line if I were to swap someone out. Grand Moff Tarkin, his special removes turn meter. I think it's on a 4-turn cooldown, though. And Magna Trooper also removes turn meter, but both of them are kind of slow. And Magna Trooper can gain turn meter, but he has to be hit, basically. So that's not very cool, because you're trying to not get hit. So all of those are options. Also, if you happen to get your hands on a 7-star Darth Nihilus, he might work too, but I don't. So until I do, let's just stick with what I know and what I have to show you, which is a 7-star Bistan along with a Captain Phasma. Now, when I do this team, I can show you what I have for gear. Gear 11 Darth Vader, his speed is only 175 and potency is 55%. My Darth Sidious has 194 speed and 69% potency, and that's without his Zeta, which would add another 50% to that, which would be awesome. And it would make him a lot tankier. Captain Phasma, mine has 173 right now, speed, and 84% potency, because I really want to get that speed down applied. That's her main job, is to provide turn meter and advantage, and defense down, and speed down. So she's a good support to have for this team. TIE Fighter Pilot. Mine is only Gear 9, and he usually does second most damage behind Darth Vader. So your results will improve, of course, if you have a more geared TFP. But 211 speed, which is lightning fast for my very mediocre mods, and a 70% potency, and you want a pretty good crit chance too. 45% crit chance, it's alright. And my Bistan is only gear level 8, and he's still a rock star. So I mod him for very high potency, because I do not like to get resisted. His main job, his basic provides dots, and he uses that a lot because of his frenzy. He gets to go often. His speed, he's naturally pretty quick, so with decent mods, he's 183 speed and almost 80% potency, 79%. So that's how I have my team set up gear-wise. And now we'll watch this video that I just did. I've soloed the Rancor many times, played with different compositions, but this is also with the new option, quality of life improvement, 4 times speed. So I don't have to actually speed up the video because it's already naturally sped up. So I go in, use my TFP, try to get some turn removal, do frenzy, apply dots. I don't remove turn meter yet because I know that I've got Phasma coming in, going to use a special. So you get to see how often Bistan just gets to go over and over. Every time someone uses a special, he gets to go again. And he does a lot of turn meter removal. It saves me quite often. In this run, I think a good run, the Gamorrean captain will have something like 8 to 10 turns left before enrage. Phase 1 is often considered the hardest because with bad RNG and Deathmark, you could lose a character. Usually best to restart if you have the option. If you're new to Zading your Vader, I advise playing around in airplane mode. That way you get to a chance to see what team composition out of your roster works, maybe move some mods around, and then once you get some practice with it, then you can have much more success. So using, let's see. So now to analyze what I'm doing, so far he's only gotten to go once. I'm going to use remove turn meter, apply dots, more dots, frenzy. I like to save my saber throw for when he has advantage, so it's going to be a crit. Plus, I like to know that I can reapply speed down, either from Phasma or Darth Vader. Also, you'll see sometimes in this video my TIE fighter pilot, if I already have tenacity down and frenzy is up on Bistan, he'll use his AoE special so that Bistan gets to proc more. Because if I already have tenacity down, then what I need from TIE fighter pilot, I would rather have a chance to apply more dots through Bistan's basic and give him turn meter than doing a little bit more damage by using his basic. So Bistan gets to go over and over. Remove that turn meter. Once I get through phase 1, and you'll see the strategy, I'll just let the video play out. This run took only about 25 minutes. Before the quality of life improvement, it would take about an hour. So that's a huge improvement. I know that the phase is ending soon, so I'm saving my dots and other things that I want to get applied early, like speed down, for the turn of the phase, because this phase is toast. There we go. Made it through, hardly getting hit. So almost inevitably, you're going to slam the door down. Depending on your team and your preference, you may want to save the door, which means holding off on AoE until you get some bad RNG. It's up to you though, but if you feel like you don't really have to worry so much about getting hit by the Rancor, then you may prefer to have the door go down earlier rather than later, because I found you can get the door slammed down twice in a phase if you go early on. Alright, Frenzy. It's waiting for a special here. See, there we go. Special on TIE Fighter Pilot. Gets Bistan to go again and remove that turn meter. Stacking those dots. Saving my speed down on Phasma though, even though I could have had Bistan go again. Alright, he's getting some turn meter, so I do that, and thankfully no resists. It's not fun to have Bistan get resisted, but that tenacity down really helps. Frenzy. I already have tenacity down, so proccing a Frenzy by using the TIE Fighter Pilot's AoE. Debating, should I throw? I decide not to. Want to keep the debuffs on a little longer. So I don't always throw as soon as possible with Vader. Sometimes it's nice just to play it safe. Turn meter's getting a little high, so looking forward to Bistan's turn. There we go. So this gives you a good idea about how this team works. Just managing your team's turn meter. Bistan grants 20% turn meter every time he uses his Frenzy the first time. Right there, I give everyone turn meter. Captain Phasma grants your team turn meter. So between the lead and the three Sith/Empire, and then my other two non-Sith or Empire, it's a pretty good combo. Remove that. Oh, there's a resist. That's not fun, but I recover anyways. I was afraid that getting resisted would hurt me, but that turn meter trends back down. So with some bad RNG, that could have been ugly, but it all worked out. So I'm just going to let this play out, and if you have any thoughts, let me know. I'll hopefully be making more videos soon. And good luck with soloing the Rancor. Now you know there's many ways you can do it, but Bistan is highly recommended. See you soon.